Alright, well that concludes this little detour that I had to Eagle's Nest. Now we're moving on to the next destination, which is going to be Lake Carr and the bridge that leads to the Ocala National Forest on the way to Lake Carr. So I will see you there. We're just about to be to the bridge that crosses the Ocklawaha River, and I'm going to do some footage when I cross it. This was the next point of interest. Once I get over this bridge, I'm going to be turning right and taking a road that parallels it and goes under the bridge or below the bridge down to the Ocklawaha River. And I'm gonna do some video footage at the river itself. Not sure if it's overflowing its banks at all. There is some dams. There's a dam upriver, so maybe it's controlling the flooding of the river, but we shall see. Here we are. Ocklawaha River is right down there below us. So I'm heading on down to the end. Right to our right is the bridge that we just crossed. This is our second stop of the day. up above us up there is the bridge. Right on down here to the Ocklawaha River. Ooh. River is flowing pretty good today. See if I can get the bike in a good position for a photo op. That's as good as any. And here we are. Well, I made it to my destination. As you can see, slightly in the front of the bike here, I'm at Ocklawaha River. This is destination number 2 for the day. Next step is going to be Lake Carr. But for now, I made it down here to the Ocklawaha River. From what I read on Wikipedia, the Ocklawaha River is a 74-mile long river that flows north from Central Florida until it joins the St. Johns River in Palatka. The Ocklawaha River is the principal tributary of the St. Johns River. The most important and known tributary of the Ocklawaha is the Silver River. Another important tributary of the Ocklawaha is the Orange Creek, which originates from Cross Creek and by Noonan's Lake near Gainesville via the Prairie Creek. From Prairie Creek, only half of its water is artificially diverted towards Orange Lake via Camps Canal, and the rest flows to its historic destination in Paynes Prairie. This river was used extensively in the 19th century and the early 20th century for steamboat transportation. Most famously, the Hart Line, operated by Hubbard L. Hart. Narrow steamboats were used to navigate the constructive and winding river in the 1870s. The route between Palatka and Silver Springs became very popular and was traveled by prominent figures such as Harriet Beecher Stowe, Ulysses S. Grant, Thomas A. Edison, and Mary Todd Lincoln to visit Silver Springs. The scenic trip up this river added a sense of adventure to the visit to Silver Springs. The popularity of the river route to Silver Springs declined after the arrival of railroad service in Ocala in 1881. This river has suffered severe ecological damage in the 20th century from impoundment, fertilizer runoff, dredging, pollution, and rerouting. In the 1960s and 1970s, Marjorie Harris Carr led the successful campaign to stop construction of the Cross Florida Barge Canal which would have dammed the river at 2 points and created 2 artificial reservoirs to facilitate navigation along the canal. However, the river is still blocked by Rodman Dam. Florida Defenders of the Environment, which Carr co-founded in 1969, continues to push for the preservation and restoration of the Ocklawaha River. The river is a popular place to canoe, kayak, and fish. The river forms the western boundary of the Ocala National Forest. Portions of the river remain mostly undisturbed by man. The natural landscapes and lush wildlife and growth of the outlying area are mostly hydric hammocks and flatwoods with scrub pine ridges and sugar sandy soils. Wildlife is abundant, including wild turkey, white-tailed deer, and wading birds in this area. Outdoor recreational activities include hunting, fishing, wildlife viewing, hiking, horseback riding, and paddling, although there are few established trails. So with that being said, give a brief description of what the Wikipedia says about the Ocklawaha River. Hopefully it was a little bit educational to y'all today, and I hope you enjoyed it. The next stop that I'm going to move on to is Lake Carr, which is not part of this tributary at all, but it'll make a nice destination, and I'll be doing some videos there as well. So I'll see you when I get there.